All right, nah. Cut the music. Cut the music. Cut the music. Kips, bro, Kips. Am I clipping? I'm clipping. I'm screaming, yelling, emotes, fire. Appreciate y'all. Zeus in the building. Kips, bro, Kips. We got to chat. Where you threw me off? You threw me off. I had a plan, and now the man came through, blessing the chat. So yeah, now we hopping right on in. Where is my screen? You got me discombobulated. I love it. This is what you do, Kips. Y'all should clip this. Like this. It's Kips. We here. I love this, bro. I am so proud of you, dog. Like, I wanted to save this for later, and I won't get too deep. I won't dive too deep in, but bro, you are yes. Like, man, I'm kicking myself because I was in the stream after the raid, all that good stuff, and then I hopped out. I was doing what was I doing? I don't know. Probably some. Wait, what was I doing? I don't know. Probably how's the audio? Audio cool? Yeah, audio. All right. How's the audio? Audio cool? All right. But yeah, I was in there and I was like, oh, he's cooking, bro. He about to do a big one. Like this was thinking the whole time. As soon as I seen it, I was like, oh yeah, this is about to be big time. And then I was waiting for Jaden, right? We all waiting for Jaden. We waiting for Jaden. Jaden the homie, waiting for Jaden. It's like we waiting for the studio session, waiting for the studio session. Then we got something completely better, right? He's like in the chat, like, "Oh, we're not gonna get it like life throws some lemons at you. We make lemonade and we sell that thing for millions of dollars. That's what's going on right now. Why is my camera blurry? Golly. But anyways, Kips, you the goat, bro. You the goat. And I won't get too deep in it because I have a whole segment for you now that I've written into today's chat with the homie. So yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned. I yeah, hopped on here a little earlier. I mean a little early. 10 a.m. is when we're getting it popping with Undivided Attention with Chrome. But bro, Kips, Zeus, all y'all, man, I'm so proud of just like man, I'm telling you, I might be old newcomer on the block, not 100 followers yet, all that good stuff, whoopty wop. But man, I'm not new. I'm not new to humans, man. I'm not new to culture. I'm not new to content. I'm not new to communities. I'm not new to collaboration. Bro, y'all some next level homies up in here, and I'm like, and I'm just super grateful that I'm able to be tapped in and tuned in with y'all and just rocking with y'all. um just in it just to be just to witness, man. You know what I'm saying? Just if I can just be in the chat, like you feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, yeah, we all learning, bro. And oh my God. And it's like the Twitch community so far has just shown me it's like the epitome of like each one teach one. For sure. Like each one teach one, we all growing together. We all have different, man, it's just like Twitch and the Twitch communities, and I talked about this with my pops. It's like this is a master class in celebrating diversity. And once you celebrate diversity and inclusion and all that good stuff, the ideas just flow. The ideas flow, the iterations flow, the collaborations flow, and it all goes like that. Like it's nuts. I'm so excited. No, yeah, one day at a time. Yes, one day at a time. And shout out to y'all. It's been my biggest challenge for me is that daily consistency. I know how important it is. I know how valuable that is, that consistency, man. And last night I was clipping up some clips for Jaden. Basic, mostly for me. I say for Jaden, but I mean in Jaden's stream, but it's for me. It's for my own documentation and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for me, for him, for us, for the community, for UVR, for Onaji, for everybody, like, man. And then so he was talking about you, Kips, and I was just like, wait, what? And I wasn't really like at first comprehending what he was saying because I was in there, and then I dipped out, and I was like, oh no, he did the big one. Like he did the big one. And there's a lot that I want to talk about just in that realm, regarding like, human psychology and just a deeper level and all that good stuff. But aside from all that, bro, I am proud of you. You was in there and wait, I'll say that piece. I'll say that piece for that fits in with Chrome. But I'm just so proud of you, man. I'm so proud of all y'all just sharing the ball. Y'all on the court passing, passing for the wide open dunk. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all on the court looking like, man, just oh my God, I don't know. Just it's nasty. It's nasty. Y'all out here looking like y'all out here looking like OKC, not gonna lie. Like we gonna play fundamentally, we gonna keep our heads in the game. Yeah, we might lose. Yeah, it might be a blowout. Yeah, maybe not. But we gonna come the next game and we gonna blow that team out by even more. We gonna blow out them and set records. That's probably that's a touchy subject in my household, but I gotta recognize the game when it's game. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all. Y'all in the building. Let me get man. Kip's got to be VIP. Let's go. Let's go. How I do that? Let's see. VIP. Um. Boom. Neo. Bang. Blap. Bow. Did that work? Unable. Visit. I got too many already. Oh, I gotta. Oh, I got too many. I got. I'm not making cuts already. See what you did, Kips. All right, cool. I'm gonna remedy that. I am going to remedy that. I say unable to add VIP, visit the achievements page on your dashboard. We got time. We're not doing anything. I can go on that right now, right? That won't break anything. Let's try it. We live on stream, we learning. But yeah, super proud of y'all, man. Super proud of you, kids, bro. Like, yes, yes. I love it. I love it. And man, like the second half of this year, this man, I'm telling you, so I'm trying to think of how much I can like disclose and tell y'all in stream. My DMs, my back channels, my side conversations, whatever, my one-on-ones, my group chats and all that stuff, they're all going crazy. Every single one of them, all of them. Like it's kind of like I don't know, like unnerving to be honest. But these conversations I've been having with the homie Jaden, shout out to, the cap, the captain of the UVR, bro. Like the DJ behind the decks at the rave. We've been having some discussions. And man, when I tell you, his manifestation stuff, it's not manifestation stuff. It is energy transfer. And I think you guys got to understand that by now. It's like it's just energy transfer in the universe. That's all it is. Everything is energy and we can't create it or destroy it. We can only transfer it. Comes in, we give it out. There's levels to it. However much energy comes your way, it's on you to take that energy. If it's positive, negative, whatever kind of connotation, whatever kind of way that it comes communicated to you, whatever. If it's verbally over the airwaves, if it's digitally, whatever. If it's physically, somebody throwing a fist to your head, or somebody coming in for a hug, it doesn't matter. It's all energy. You have to take that energy, be conscious about it, take that energy, and give it back out. You have to. You can't hold that energy in, or all of us as humans will die. We have to get the energy back out. It will come out in some way, some shape and time. It might not be in the same moment. It might not be even 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 minutes later. It might come back. That energy might come back. You might store it up for the rest of the day. And then your kid comes home from school, or your wife or your husband come home from they JB. You know what I'm saying? And we get that energy back. They take that energy, they give that energy back. It's just that everything is an energy transfer, right? With humans, with the universe, with all living beings, right? All living beings, all that good stuff. So I forgot the main point. However, you got to take that energy and I'll circle it back. Okay, I remember it. Old moment. Okay, these conversations I'm having in the back channels with Jaden, and when we're talking about manifestation, energy transfer, he's talking about, man, in 3 days, my clip is going to hit 10K. One of his clips, an old clip, hits 10K. Of course, that's energy transfer, right? The energy goes out into the universe. People are like, oh, yeah, like people like me, like, yes, hell yeah, yeah, right? Other energy comes back to it, equal energy. Some of it has more stored energy from other previous energy given to that person, that people. And they're like, nah, that, that was an old clip, whoop de wop, that ain't the rules. You have to whoop de wop. Cool, that's fine. And then, again, last night, another clip goes, a brand new clip. This one, he gets on stream, he's talking about this one's at 9K. I can see it in his face, and I can tell just because I know Jaden like that, I can see in his face, he's like, yeah, we did that. But inside, he's like, oh shit. You feel me? But he's like, this really could happen. Like I said, I'm gonna have a clip, 10K, 3 days. Yeah, the old one did it. That's cool. You know that. Yeah, that's cool. A lot of people celebrating that. But then the new one did it, and now he's like, wait, what? Now there's not, and then the energy transfer there. There's nothing you can do. So he takes that energy. People come in like, oh yeah, that wasn't really it. You know, whoop de wop. Cool. His energy could have been like, nah, you suck with your haters, ban them, get out of here, whatever. Take all that energy to heart, take that into his streams, break the streak, everything's not working, whoop de whoop, like, you know what I'm saying? Instead, takes that energy, bottles it up, does his little pass the ball, put it into the universe, new clip, new clip, 10K. I wrote him. Guess what I wrote him after I see that? Cause I'm like, yo, I seen that. I checked Twitter, because we all these different socials. I checked Twitter, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I quoted it, and I was like, I'm screaming, cause this is insane. Like that one, okay. I wrote him in the chat or in a text. I was like, yo, so what's the color and model for the Lambo you finna be pushing in December? I said, I'm dead ass too, and he said, I know. Tells me the color and the model. I say, yeah, that's the joint that I would be rocking too. Great minds think alike. The end. I don't, I, there's not really much more we could do, y'all. It's just take that energy, manifest it into whatever you need to. Realize that it's just energy coming your way that you can't control. There's nothing you can do about it. You have to just react. Like somebody coming down the court, you gotta meet him at half. We playing half court defense. That's the play for the team. You say, I got the ball, I got ball, I got ball. You get in front of the ball and you defend, right? You don't reach in, you don't foul, you don't throw a punch. We've seen that though on the court. We've seen that energy transfer. We've seen somebody who just didn't really wasn't feeling it that play. Walked up, didn't have the hands out, wasn't shuffling, wasn't low to the ground from my hoopers out there. You know how coaches be on us. Homie who came through with the other energy, he's coming down the court and he boop boop. And now we a highlight reel, right? Broke her ankles. Now he goes in for the dunk. It's a highlight. Just da-da-da, da-da-da, right? Energy transfer. We could do that. So there's multiple ways you can play, right? Multiple ways you can play. You can even be like, I know the homie over there. I'm a little tired. I really need to like. I'm signaling coach. Let me get a break. Let me get a little. Pull me out for a second. I need a breather. Coach is like, nah, because he sees something else. So then you stuck, pick up the ball at half. You might hit one of your teammates, right? That's like on somebody that wasn't really scoring. Maybe he's not, a role player, whatever the case may be. Somebody having a bad game, whatever. We don't mind him maybe catching the three, shooting it. It might be off tonight. Game plan. But you might call your homie like, hey, I need some help. Let's double him. You know what I'm saying? Double team. Call for the, whatever communication thing, secret communication thing we got for the double team. Like, lock him up, trap him in the corner, whatever. Collaboration instantly. There's many ways you can take that energy transfer in any situation, but it's only just that. It's just energy transfer. I'm doing energy transfer right now because this was definitely not what I was finna talk about at all before we prep for this amazing energy transfer that's finna happen. You feel me? So I'm getting energy transfer right now. It's like text coming in, and I gotta pay attention to those ones. So you know what I'm saying? The homie Zeus pops in right in. Number one. Kips pops in number two with his first message, man. That energy transfer immediately. Just by coming in a room. Your presence coming into a room, a digital room. You being who you are, you doing what you do prior to the energy transfer right now says what he needs to say. I take that energy, I feel that energy, and I give that energy back. That energy is going to get stored, right? Within y'all, within whoever comes into the chat 10 o'clock, 10:15, 10:30, whatever, AM PST. Gotta put that disclaimer, you understand? Or this recorded space after it gets clipped up, because I'm gonna be clipping this thing up, wherever takes that energy, finds it in the future, they gotta do what they need to do with that energy. That's it. That's all it is. So when people are saying things like, my clip's gonna hit 10K, I'm storing up, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking all the energy that I need to get my clip to 10K in the time that I'm saying it's gonna go. If I'm saying I'm finna be pushing a Lambo 6 months from now, I'm gonna take all of that energy that I need, put it out, and give it back. That's manifestation right there. I need to manifest a clearer camera. What camera y'all be using, chat? I got this like Logi, the 1080p joint or whatever. Um, I don't know. I think it's I don't know. I'm still learning, still playing. But how y'all doing? That was yeah, yapping. We're about to get started with the epic conversation. Check some messages here. We got some friend requests. I like friend requests. Oh yeah, I like to see energy transfer. I'm going through my messages. I'm looking. I got a friend request. Friend request. Actually, I'll say it right now. Actually, no. We got Nolan in the building. Energy transfer. Yo man, how are you? I'm doing amazing. Good to see you, fam. Thank you for pulling up. Nolan, yes, it's gonna be an epic day, bro. I hope you're doing well. I hope, your rest. I hope your first half of the year is going well. Hope you had a cooler holiday weekend and stuff. If you in the US, man, I hope you're having a good week to the start to the week. If you got a JB, if you content creator, you might be on my helmet because I probably should know who you are. I'm gonna go in and check real quick. But yeah,
I think
Nolan, welcome, my guy. That's what's up. Um, what else was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Yeah, I got a text message, or not a text message. I'm looking at Discord messages, getting ready for this joint. I probably should hurry up. I got a friend request. The friend request is actually my guest on Friday. My guest on Friday, special guest, super special guest. It's going to be another epic conversation. The guest on Friday, 9 a.m. PST, is none other than my girl, my boo, my wife. She's coming, sit down, have an undivided attention on Friday. That one is going to be stupid. Y'all don't want to miss that. I promise you. We had a podcast already during COVID. We got I think we got like 6, 7 episodes or something like that for our little first season. Yeah. You guys will enjoy that one. I promise. I promise. No cap. That's the energy transfer that I can guarantee on. Yes, all good. Nice to hear. That's what's up, Nolan. Appreciate you. Thank you for pulling up, my guy. So yeah, let me get ready for the man of the hour, man of 2 hours maybe. We'll see how much time he got to spend with us. But yeah, let's get into it. Uh what was I gonna say? Okay. Check some messages here. Boom. Cause with my energy transfer, I gotta focus because there's a lot of energy that comes my way, gang. Like daily. But yeah, welcome. So Najee U, this is Onaji U. I'm Onaji B. Like common misconception, they see Onaji, they see me, they see my face. I'm just Onaji B. I'm Brian. I'm a dev, a founder, baby dev, but a founder, musician, artist, all around creative maker, energy creator, shifter, energy. What we want to say? Shifter, I guess, right? Yeah, I don't know. That's what the creators are, energy shifters. That's kind of dope. Toss that out. Yeah, Kips. Yeah, for sure. Dubs for the Bryans, man. I go hard for Bryans. Bryans is a funny. Brian itself is funny lore. If you know, you know that Brian is funny lore, then you know. But yeah, so shout out to you, Kips. Um, Brian. Onaji B, founder of Onaji. Onaji U is Onaji University. I started that back in 2022, just educating, Black and brown allied folks, all the home team creators, uh, about blockchain, AI, all the emerging technology and stuff out there. We've been rocking and rolling. We just recently hopped into Twitch, basically following Jaden, not gonna lie, um, and following some of the other creators that are kind of hopping away from Twitter and X. That's kind of where we started building up most of our stuff. Um, but yeah, let me check. Audio's cool. Yeah. All right. Cool. So yeah, this is oh not this is a new segment. Not a well, I lied. This is not a new segment. This is an old segment that we're bringing back for season two. So undivided attention is our interview podcast style sit down. Um, before Twitch for us at Onaji, we hosted once we. So what happened was this: we built some super dope tech. I was in my own head, in my own world. Thought people knew what we had going on. They was like, B, Brian, I love what you're talking about. I love everything you're doing. Um, but I have no idea what any of this is. All right. Our special guest today said he's ready. I'm about to get that call ready in just a second. And we are going, yeah. Y'all in for a treat. Y'all in for a treat. Help us out. Share this room and everything. Share the link if you think this is gonna be valuable for some people. I think it's gonna be a ton of fun. Um, but yeah, so all right, we'll get him going just a second. Uh, but yeah, what we did is, I had a bunch of people that were like, "Oh, we love what you're doing, love the art, love, the culture, the meaning, all that energy transfer y'all doing." But it's too much tech related. I have no idea these words you're using, the verbiage, all this stuff. So we're like, crap, we got to teach our homies the peeps. So we're teaching them, and we're realizing, dang, like this is a lot. So we kind of just pivoted into we got to teach our homies because this is valuable tech, valuable information. All tech is valuable information, right? But this new emerging tech is cutting edge and it's valuable. So as we're doing that, as we're teaching, we started weekly spaces. Our staple Onaji U Saturday, which we still do. I brought that over to Twitch. Onaji U Saturdays 10 a.m. PST, but we quickly were just branded like Web3's first HBCU because that was the vibe. We were helping people, we were helping them learn this tech, building a community, and um, a thousand holders deep, which is like one of my proudest moments in life. So yeah, y'all will learn more about that and that story and all that good stuff too. But yeah, this is one of the as we're learning and things like that. We had a space where we sat down with the homies. It undivided attention. We did season one about maybe I want to say like 15 to 20 episodes of just getting people. Y'all coming in the room. This energy transfer is crazy. Shout out to the chat. Y'all the goats. I'm trying to stay focused. Yes, we going. Yes, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all the goats. We ended up the hell was I saying? Don't worry guys, I got a script and stuff for this segment. It won't be this scatterbrained, I promise. Unless y'all start a hype train and all that nonsense. Don't do that today, y'all. Don't do that today. Um Undivided attention, interviewing folks that we think are, that we know are extraordinary in our network, all that good stuff. Kind of died out, especially as like Twitter and X were dying down. But I really decided like I really once we came to Twitch, I was like, oh, Undivided Attention is coming back. Like that's a no brainer. So I did it sooner than later. Had the perfect little, lore lined up. Hit my dad. I was like, yo, pops, you want to come for an interview? And he was like, excuse me, what? And he's used to that because I'm his child and I've done that since birth. Like, well, not birth, but I mean, close enough, right? Probably like 3, 4, 5. I was like, Dad, you want to do some crazy stuff? And he was like, what is wrong with you? It is what it is. He was like, yeah, cool. So comes through 4th of July weekend. That Friday morning, sit down for a 3-hour conversation. That's been going crazy. The clip's been going crazy every on socials, circulating it over on Facebook. It is what it is. So yes. So let me get our guest ready. He probably waiting on me. Um, I'm gonna mute my mic for just a second, y'all, but bear with me. Actually, I probably don't need to mute the mic, right? Yeah, let's see. So, boom. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Do, 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 do. I'm excited. I'm excited, y'all. I think you guys are gonna have a good time. Let me pull up my I got a whole list of questions. I got a whole run of show, y'all. We're not playing around. It's gonna be a good time. I think you guys are gonna really gonna enjoy this one. Hope it's gonna be a valuable energy transfer. There's gonna be some energy, and I hope it's a valuable energy transfer. Um, all right, we got that. Oh, you know what? I need my headphones. Let's do that. Hopefully he charged enough. If not, I got the spare and whatnot. All right, guys, I'm gonna mute on stream for a second. You know, talk in the chat, all that good stuff as well. I will be right back. I wasn't saying anything, gang. Oh, okay, so all right, cool. We back. Yeah, I was trying to get the chat to you. All right, so I guess we could just, we live troubleshooting. The man just entered. First time chatter. Appreciate the follow. This is a super dub follow, right? Chrome, you the man. Let me know if you can hear now. You should be able to. Let me double check on my side. Yep, I can hear. I can hear the stream. I can hear. I just cannot um see you in the call, my guy, in the cord call, but I don't I'm a disconnect it and recall. Hold on. Oh, there it is. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you. What's going on, chat? How y'all feeling? What's up? What's the vibe today? For those of y'all that came in, I started early, little 9:30 joint. For those of y'all that came in, I was dropping. Hey, I was taking that energy transfer, and I was dropping some what I hope are some gems. Um, um, you, I mean, worst comes to worst, my guy, we could go to like a VC in one of the chords, but I don't hear or see you in the DM call. That's probably the best way to do it. And then, that might be the energy transfer, and then we might be able to pull some people up and all that. Y'all know how y'all be doing. Let me know, gang. Keep me posted. Actually, you want to just do that? Oh, there we go. Let's see. Let's see. But yeah, y'all, it's about to be a good time. It's about to be a good time. Not this little energy transfer right now. That's there you go. There you go. There we go, gang gang. Okay, so they can only hear me in the stream so far. So if you need to say anything they can't see you yet too. I'm gonna switch the camera over in just a second. I'm gonna try to pop it out and all that. Uh, all right, so okay. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this because how I changed the little whoopty wop. There it is. That's what I wanted to do. But I do want to don't follow, by the way. All right. Let's see if we can get in. Let's see if we can get going. Chat, and chat and chat. Is there, I'm in OBS, I'm streaming. Is there a way to like edit your scenes? Do y'all use scenes, like switch the scenes and stuff? Is there a way to edit this? Oh my goodness, it's a milestone. It's a milestone. We got the UVR DJ behind the decks himself of the rave. Good to see you, family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because you be grinding, and you. I'm telling you, I have an epic story. Let's get started. See energy transfer, y'all. Let's get started. I got this. All right. So damn. All right. He said I've never been on Twitch this early. I am crying, and it's about to be a movie and a real quick one, like from 0 to 100, real quick, because that's what we do. Um, God dang it. So what I was asking, Chrome and chat, and is there a way to edit scenes instead of having to be on them? Because every time I try to go edit a scene or I click it into the sources and stuff, it switches to that no matter what. Is that just the way OBS is? You can't do that. So that's why everybody sees like the Discord transitions and all that good stuff too. Okay, that makes sense. Not Techno King in the building. All right, I have to get started. This is my fault. This is my fault. Let's do it. So if I go, how about this? That'll work. And then I'm gonna change, shout out to Dean Boss. Dean Boss be the homie. Chrome, is there a way I can switch you to the left side? Because on mine, I'm on the left. I don't want to be on the left. I want to be on the right. But if not, I'll just
Uh,
move it. Nah,
I honestly have no clue. I'm
cool.
gonna be
No,
honest.
no problem. I'll fix it real quick here. So we're gonna change let's go duplicate this. All right, can y'all see what I'm doing? Yeah, you can. All right, cool. It's building in public. It's all good. Um, so I'm gonna do shoot Discord DM call two peeps. That'll work. Let me switch my name real quick. Actually, that's not really super important right now. Are you ready for this, my guy? I don't know if
Me?
you
I'm
are.
ready.
Are you ready? Are you really
I'm
ready?
ready.
Yes, sir, you are. Yeah. Think you're gonna. That's gonna be magnificent. It's gonna be magnificent. All right, I'm changing some labels on here, guys, nice and slow. But appreciate all y'all for coming in, tuning in today. This Onaji U presents Undivided Attention. Got an amazing guest here for you, y'all. Season two, starting off with a bang. This is episode two, season two. Episode one was my pops on the holiday weekend. That was amazing. If you missed that, go back and check that out. Then I had to follow that up with another amazing guest with dub lore, all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all. Follower goal, 100 followers. That's it. We did it. Dang. All right. Let me get you in this thing because I'm struggling, Chrome. I'm struggling. All right. So we got this. Take this over. That'll work. This. Take this over. That'll work. And hopefully, where's my. It's going to be an epic reveal. It's coming soon. Here it go. You watching the stream too, or just only in the cord?
I'm just in the court right now.
All right, sounds good. So you can't see chat or anything? Let me read it out and all that
Nah.
good stuff. All right, sounds good. Cool. Oh, he ready. First question actually already is coming in, but let's get him on screen first, and I will do that. How chat? How y'all feeling? Oh shoot, what is this? Not a schedule. Oh lord. Oh lord. Oh lord. There we go. All right, so why is my calendar up anyway? See, busy man. All right, hopefully nothing crazy was in there. It's probably not. It's a what you call it? Window. Let's go. Sheesh. There we go. That's not it. What the entire? What's the name of this? The pop out. This is so annoying, bro. We're almost
I
there.
just I just sent an announcement in my Discord, by the way, to join the stream. So I don't know if they're in here or not.
You're a beast.
Let me know. Let me know if some
Item
Y2Ks in here.
window. Window. Hey! Did we do it? Did we do it? That took entirely too long. Did that take entirely long? Too long, chat? Let me know. Let me know if that took entirely too long. I will fix that. But we got the scene, the new scene set up, all that good stuff. Yo, family, 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 family. All right, no, we gon' we this is what we do. This is the energy transfer. We're here. We have an amazing guest. I have a whole intro, but I do want to get into like a little pre-joint. This man, this man, Chrome aura farming. Yes, I am. Yes. First question in the chat is from Jaden himself, brand new follower. I never even heard of that guy. I don't even know who that guy is. He just followed. Dub follow. Thank you, Jaden, for the follow. Um, is this your first ever Chrome interview? Is this your first ever interview, Chrome? I think that's what he meant to say.
This is my first ever Y2K. Like this is Y2K's Chrome's first ever interview, but I've
Dubs.
done some interviews before for sure.
Dubs. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Got the phone here. All right. Yo, chat. We got to turn it all the way up. We got an amazing special guest for episode 2. Chat's going crazy. I'm going to try to go read chat in a minute. Episode 2 of Undivided Attention is none other than Y2K and the gang, right? The Yapton, the young Yapton, right? Extremely dope content creator, been killing it. He's got the accolades going crazy. Actually, he sent me the joint. We got to read that. You guys ready? Let's do it. Who laughed? Was that you?
Yeah, that was me. That was
You
me.
not ready? So I hit this man
No,
and I
I'm
was like,
ready.
yo, I need a bio, bro. I need a bio. He was like, I got you. Say less, bet.
I got you.
Y2KChrome is a fast-growing content creator. He's based in New Jersey. He's a founder of Y2K LLC, as well as the streaming charts top 100 fastest growing low-tier streamers. He's probably not even a low-tier streamer anymore. Y'all, put your hands together, put the chat together, dubs, all that good stuff. Bam, 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 bam. Why are you about to crash out? Bam, 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 bam. Y2KChrome, the young Yapton of the Y2K. He's in a building. This is about to go down. Yo, welcome to Undivided Attention. Thank you so much, Chrome, for being here. Bro, you the man. What's going on? How you feeling? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Yes.
Glad to be a part of the university, man. I'm very
Yes.
excited. Shout out everybody in the chat. Shout out everybody. Very excited to do this.
Yes, everybody in chat. We got everybody coming through from people are saying, it's this new fam. They're throwing up the Y2K gangs
Hey,
badge, the emotes going crazy. Dubs in the chat for sure. Yes. Yes. Of course I know you. Y'all, okay, I'm not gonna read chat. It's too much energy. Just kidding. I'm not used to this, y'all. I'm not used to this. Chrome, bro, I appreciate you so much for even reaching out, or not even reaching out, but for answering my call and being like, yeah, I would absolutely love to. I would love to do this. Um, I'm brand new to you, right? From
mhm,
from
for
from the
sure.
content game, but I see a spark in you, right? You definitely remind me of. I'm gonna be honest. You remind me of my kids, right? I got shout out to the mixed kids out there. We holding it down, doing things. But you definitely remind me, especially of my youngest. Even kind of looks like he might pop in over my shoulder. He might get in trouble, but all that good stuff, bro. Your journey from what I've even just seen from right now, being introduced to you from a little after April till right now to the half point of the year has been insane. Your content creation journey has like it's mind blowing, right? I'm not super tuned in and tapped into I'm not super tuned in and tapped in like TikTok and all that good stuff, and over there, you're going absolutely crazy, right? There's clip pages for you as well too. I'm like, I don't even really think I know which one is like Chrome's account because there's so many just going crazy. We got, the K and the Y2K is going crazy everywhere. I'm seeing 10K, 30K, 40K, 50K, 100K clips and likes and follows, and I'm like, yo, I was not. Um, I saw a pinned post on about Streamer University. So I actually saw your application at Streamer University, and I hadn't seen that before, and that was dope. Do you remember that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Because it's
Yeah.
got it's got your kind of journey through like you grinding, right? And you even had like a little video montage with it. I don't know if you did that. It might have been one of the clip machines that did it. So, but I seen that and I was like, bro, this is epic. I got to sit down with him. Um, so lead us to this point now. Lead us to the point where we're at now. How has the journey been so far? Like, what are you most proud of right now when it comes to where you are today?
The journey's been hard. I'm gonna be honest. There's definitely been ups.
Say
There's
that.
definitely been downs, as there always will be. But I feel like the what I'm most proud of is the community I built. Y2K. I feel like we're a very strong community. Uh, we get up, we motivate each other. Shout out Cloyus. He's I think he's in the chat right now. Every morning he'll send a little message telling people you got this today, and that's just what I love to see. Honestly, that's just what I love to see. It's just a family. It's just a family, and that's what I'm most proud of.
Talk about that. Talk about that. Now, I understand because I've been a part of a bunch of communities. You know, I'm in the founder journey where I'm starting my own community. So this is maybe, you know, aside from like music crews and different things like that, you know, like school crews, teams and stuff. This has been the first time at 35 to 40 years old where I have started my own community. So I understand that, you know, and family is super huge for me. And I feel like the Onaji community, the UVR community, hopefully I get, you know, in tune with the Y2K and I can call y'all family as well too. So tell us a little bit about that background. Like, how is the family structure? Were you grown up with that family love, that camaraderie, that collaboration? Tell us more about that. Like,
So for sure, I always grew up with the family, but like a very loving family, a very loving household. But mainly the way like I wanted to build my community, where it came from was my brothers. Like literally
yeah.
out no, like not even in my family, like just the brothers, like friends, but I call them brothers.
Okay, yeah.
Like people call them uncle one day, and it just really felt like it was crazy because through high school I always got bullied for doing content creation, always made fun of. People told me I wasn't gonna make it, but my brothers were there, and I really wanted to build that, but on the internet, so it's not just you know what I mean. It's not just me that has that brotherhood. It's everybody in Y2K, and hopefully, I don't know how everybody's feeling, but in Y2K, you can come to the chat with the problems. You can come to me with your problems. We're gonna get your problem solved. We're gonna fix it. That's pretty much the community.
Boom. Boom. No, aligned. Heavy alignment there. Um, do you, Chrome, do you have siblings? Or do you have
I
siblings? Do you
do.
have brother, sister, all that good stuff?
I have two sisters, two brothers.
That's what's okay. So yeah, but yes, I love it. You know, I align heavily with that, especially when you were saying, you know, I call my boys, my homies, my bros, because I only have a little sister. That's it. It's just me and her growing up, you know, super tight knit, nuclear family, mom, dad, brother, sister, right? And
Yes.
so all the homies around me, my boys, they were always my brothers. They still are, all that good stuff. So I heavily align with that. That's why I asked, you know, like, you know, the siblings and things like that. So that's we're seeing in the chat. Are y'all related? No, no. I mean, you know, we both home team. You know, we in the culture. We melanated all that good stuff. So yeah, we related like that, but not yeah, not not that I know of, you know, because hey, Chrome probably know
Never
you
know.
know the black people in yeah, especially in the U.S. We all tied together. All right, my guy, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, I love it. I love it. There was something that you had said that I wanted to touch on. I might circle back to it though. Let's see. Uh, you said, you said, and I agree. The journey in the beginning is tough. It's hard, and not a lot of people say that. Not a lot of people are, especially when they start to grow and they start to hit those milestones and that point and those points where it's like this thing is working and it's moving and grooving. Not a lot of people are, and I don't know why that is too. A lot of people are kind of shy about talking about when it's hard or why it's hard or how long you had to grind for in the beginning before you know you started to get attention, outside attention from wherever. So I appreciate you saying that. So tell us more about, and that was part of the clip that I saw, was like, you know, you were grinding in front of the screen where you know the viewers wasn't there, or sometimes you know it was a low time with the numbers. um I've kind of been feeling that going into my little tiny Twitch journey, but talk more about that. Like, talk more about how you were able to kind of just push through, and you know, even if the numbers were low, the numbers were kind of staying low, or you'd hit like an all-time high and that would kind of run back down. Tell us how you kind of navigated that journey.
Yeah, for sure. We all start at zero. And I had to realize that everybody started at zero. No one sparked a stream unless you're Kai Snat with the YouTube before. Everyone who started on Twitch started at zero. I will always say that. So you got to realize you're not alone in the boat. You will never be alone in the boat. No matter how many viewers you're at, you will never be alone. There's someone out there with the exact same number of viewers with you. So with that mindset, I was just like, other people are going through this and not quitting. Why should I? You know what I mean?
Bang.
And the first thing, the first thing that really kept me going was my first ever viewer. I remember his first chat said, I'm investing in you." Like he was investing in me. Sorry, I'm stuttering. I'm
You're good.
tripping. But he invested in me, and who was I to quit on him? You know what I mean? So it just kept snowballing. Then 5 people invested in me, and then 15 invested in me, then 20 invested in me. And like when you're hitting those, and I want to also touch on the peak because you said that when you're hitting those 200 viewers peaks, there's 200 viewers in your chat's going crazy. You know what I mean? Um, you got to realize I I can peak at that in about a year. I'm gonna be like 200 is my lowest. If I'm at 200, I'm gonna be
Talk about
down on
it.
myself.
Talk about it.
200 is gonna be my lowest at one point. So I don't care about the peaks too much. Obviously, the peaks are great. You can really like truly have 400 eyes on you, 500 eyes on you. But when it comes down to it, it's your community. It's those 20 people who sit in your chat each and every day talking to you. That's really who I do it for now. It's no longer about me. It's no longer about my dreams. It's really about the people who come and watch me and support me.
Dubs in the chat. My goodness, Chrome. You just came through wanting to cook today. I love it. I love it. No, 1000%. I second all that for sure. I second all that. Especially being in an industry where, I am trying to help teach Black, Brown, and Allied folks that, welcome, welcome, welcome. Black, Brown, and Allied folks that everything moves in those peaks and valleys. Everything moves kind of like a quote unquote stock market or a market movement, right? There's going to be these all time highs and it's going to dip down to all time lows. Sometimes it'll stay steady in the middle, but life always moves like that. Always. You'll hit these highs and then the energy transfer has to kind of shift and pull back. It has to. And then, how you deal with that, if you want to see more all-time highs in the future, you got to move according, and you will, and it's going to rise and it's going to grow. Everything's kind of a ups and downs roller coaster and all that good stuff. Anything can be equated to quote unquote market. So heck yeah, that's what's up. All right, we're gonna pivot a little bit. I'm gonna have a little fun with you, Chrome. I seen, you got a little, in your streams. Shout out to you in your streams. You got a nice little segment when you come and start off. I think you have a special name for the drip check, the fit check. You can we get one of those today? Like,
Yeah,
what's
for sure.
good? What's it
I don't know.
called?
I don't know if this is what I'm gonna be wearing to stream. Obviously, we got the
Good.
Under Armour shorts and just a plain and no shoes. But I'm not. I normally show the no shoes on stream. But I'm not gonna show the shoes on here. I'm barefoot. So but yeah, that's about it.
My God,
Everyone
that's
always says booty shorts, but no, they're just normal regular shorts.
Dub lore, Dub Y2K lore for sure, for sure. Nah, I love the fits, I love the drip check. I got my Zal Palooza shirt, my Zal NYC. That's actually when I first met Jaden IRL from his New York performance. Yeah, and flew out and had a good time. So all of these kind of ideas, this network effect that we're at today is. Um, a really big part of that energy transfer and that shift. Yeah, shout out to Z. He's in the building. Zalpalooza in all caps for sure. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Chat. Let me know. Spam. I don't know. Spam some dubs or something or some questions. If there's a dope question in there that I missed, because I definitely want to make sure I hit all the chat's questions. But y'all, thank y'all for tuning in, tapping in. Oh, dub. Nanum's got a dub. We got dubs. So tell me write the question, rewrite it or something. I'm not good at scrolling back through chat, but we gonna be in there. Yes. All right. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. All right, pushing through the low numbers. I get it. Pushing to one of the things I like to say though is that you did give some key advice that in some shape and form everybody starts at zero. But I feel like we're as humans, as social creatures, it's not really zero. Like people were saying how streamers have been asking, especially in Jaden streams and good and things like that, say like, yo, just spark up a Discord call, a video call, and just talk to your homie on stream, or just spark up a call and have him just be in the chat with his camera turned off. He might not even be there. You might not even talking to him, but subconsciously in his brain, he's gonna be looking at the screen like I'm talking to somebody, even though they're not talking back or whatever. So, there's some different cheat codes that we can do to kind of trick your brain to think that I'm not really starting from zero, and we can have more creators kind of push through that wall. So heck yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Exactly.
What's so it is hard in the beginning. You have made a ton of progress. What are some No, she didn't. Y'all, get this lady out of here. Get this lady get this lady out of here. Dub Miss B. Hey Miss B, good to see you. Miss B is also Miss B. She is T. She's actually the guest for episode 3 on Friday. Yeah. All right. Dub, 5 gifted. Man. Sorry, Chrome. I'm trying to stay focused, but people they like to throw
Good,
you
good.
off. That's what chat does, right? They be coming in, they be throwing you off, taking your attention.
Oh yeah.
Um, it's hard, but is there anything that you miss from the early days that you kind of had to outgrow now? That you're like, dang, I really miss when we used to do this. It was a smaller group, we could do this. Like, is there anything like that, or was it just hard and you like, no, I'm glad we out of that phase?
Not definitely glad, but at the same time, when you're smaller, you don't have people looking for just any way to get you out. Get you out. Because I'm gonna be honest, I have a couple people like I know for a fact if I slip up on stream, they're gonna spam report me and try to get me
Um,
off of Twitch right now. So with comes the big names with like when with the money with all of that always comes problems, and I'll always say that I know I'm not where I want to be. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but as I steady grow, you'll see those people come out, and every single streamer, as you grow, you'll see those people come out, and they'll continue to come out until they do take you down. But
yep.
it's up to you to not let them do that.
Facts. Facts. Huge facts. All right. So on the high ends, the all-time high talk. Talk about it. Get in your flex bag a little bit. Tell us some of the numbers that you're really proud of to this day.
Okay.
You don't have to get too crazy if you don't want, but you
No,
humble.
no, no, no. So one of my streams, I think we peaked out at 270. Uh,
Sheesh.
270 people at one time. Another stream averaged around 180. Another stream averaged 200. Like just a bunch of streams that really did really good. Really did really good. And we just hit 2.4K. We're like 20 followers away from 2,500.
Bang.
Might
Let's
hit that
go.
today.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I'm very excited for the future.
Might or will or come on, we into manifesting things. We hitting it today, or we,
Yeah, we're gonna hit it today. We're gonna hit
Bang,
it
you
today.
heard the man chat. Let's get it. Let's get it. That's dubs. That's really dubs. Rec, I see you. Good to see you, fam. Good question. I'm gonna get to that later. And yeah, there was some good questions, I think, from Z as well. Um, Z, we kind of yes, okay, that's a good one. Um, Thank you, Z. See, that's my guy right there. He said two things. What made you start? And you said you made content in high school. I wanted to wrap back around to high school as well too. Actually, that was my next segment. See, that's why me and Z got a podcast together. Um, Go ahead, Chrome. Tap into what made you start and how content was in high school.
Well, so I've always watched streamers. I've always watched certain streamers. And I just realized like they do what they love each and every day for a lot of money. Um, and I never in high school I never could sit still. I couldn't. I was in detention almost every day. So I knew a normal desk job, a normal job where I had to go talk to somebody or I had to be bossed around by somebody would never be for me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
facts.
So I got to find something else, and what better way to do whatever I want but make money for it, and that's streaming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That touches on a super dope topic that Z in the back channels he was telling me. I talk a lot about ikigai, right? Chrome. I know you tapped in with anime culture a little bit and stuff like Japanese culture. Um, you heard the term ikigai?
I've not.
Okay, so it's a Japanese principle, basically kind of around life, around career paths and different things like that, where finding the sweet spot of what you're good at what you love to do, and what you can get paid for, among some other different categories. But it's kind of that sweet spot into that's when life is beautiful, when you're, into adulthood, into kind of your, the rest of your life. And I really resonate with that because, and I talked about it with my dad on Friday. There's a kind of a lot of different areas and avenues that I feel like I like, and there's a lot of different avenues and areas I feel like I'm pretty good at. And for me, it's kind of like it's hard because a lot of people, just, especially shout out to wifey, she'll be like, bro, just pick a lane, pick a thing, and stick with it, and be consistent with it, and all that good stuff. And I'm like, it's so hard because I love doing so many different things. But if you have found that thing, Chrome, it shows, and it shows in that energy transfer with people, right? You said, like, we find streaming, we find content creation, and we see that people are able to make a living out of that. That's that ikigai sweet spot, and we need to run and go for it. So whatever we can do, whatever I can do, whatever I can do, whatever we can do to push you and help you, not only you but the whole Y2K crew, you already know we're gonna do that. So yeah, that's what we do. There's so many pop-ups and stuff out in the chat. I have no idea what's going on. Um, my girl said, "Don't get them to drag me out the audacity." No, it's gonna be a good time. All right, let's see. Y'all spamming the chat with the questions, so we gonna keep going. Chrome, my guy, how much time you got today? How long we rocking
I
till? What's
guess
going
as
on?
long
Don't
I
say
guess as long
that.
as you.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell Najee B that.
Well, I got to stream obviously at
Perfect.
four in 4 hours. So
Oh yeah, yeah. We ain't going that long, but we could.
yeah.
We might. Oh, okay. All right, chat. That's what's up. All right, man. The young Yapton himself. All right, pushing through numbers. Um, Goals for the future in content, or goals for the future. How big are we going to grow to this? What are some of your big dreamer things? Like for me, I built a community. It's based on like some art, some different pieces like that. What I want to see is us build an amusement park. Like no cap. I've been saying that since 2022, and we march into that thing. What are some of your big goals, your big dreams, if you can share, so we can help you manifest those things?
Well, I don't like I love this question, but also hate it at the same time because everyone
Tell me
thinks
why.
I'm ego. But
No, not over
I'm gonna
here.
be
Not over here. You good?
I'm gonna be the biggest one day, and I know I
Yeah.
will. Just based off my mindset, and also I don't know if you know too much about culture, but I built a content group called Culture. Invited some people I genuinely saw talent in, and I want us to be the biggest.
Yeah.
I want the top 7 people on Twitch to be me and Culture. That's all I want.
That's what's up. Let's get it. Let's get it out. I'm cool with that. You talked about the term investment and investors, and that's kind of like a light bulb moment for us, right? That energy shift. I feel that too, especially in the industry that I'm in. There is a lot of misconception around investment, and the terms get around loosely. But no, just like investment being support on your people, somebody that you're a community member of, or fandom, things like that. So yeah, Chrome, I'm gonna have to invest in you too, my guy. It's, we gonna help push you to the top. You want to be the biggest, you gonna be the biggest. Let's get it. We after it. Chat, I hope y'all enjoying the conversation. Chrome's killing it, but I already knew that's how it was gonna go. um let's see what we got. All right, new little segment. We'll switch gears a little bit, and then I'll get into some questions. um Fly High ask him if he started at zero, or ask his friends join to support him. No, he started at zero, and he said it was hard, it was rough. At the end of this, I'm gonna have these available to video on demand or whatever. So run it back. But yeah, he's one of the few individuals that's able to articulate and not be afraid to say no. It was hard in the beginning. It was a grind. It was tough. It was zero sometimes. Everybody starts from zero. So dub question, and welcome. All right, my friend. Tell us, I'm the self-proclaimed DM king. I'm at the age where I don't care what is going on. I'm gonna send a message. Like, I'm gonna say to Chrome, "Hey, you want to sit down for an interview?" I don't care. I don't care who you are. I don't care. Not that I don't care who you are. I don't care. I'm not one that's fixated on celebrity. So when you say I'm gonna be the biggest, I believe that, but I also feel like I can reach out to you at any time still. You feel me?
Yeah.
So tell us, what is one of your craziest DM stories, or two-parter? Your craziest DM story of a DM you sent to somebody and you were like, dang, that worked, that landed. And also the craziest DM that you got.
The girls, man, and I don't know why. My
Talk about it.
streaming been around the girls so much, but I love messing with girls. I don't know what it is, but the craziest DM I've ever sent. I don't know if it's I don't like. I'm nervous to say it because I've never said it online, but like the craziest DM I've ever sent for sure. Just like just like some freaky stuff.
Hey,
Nothing too
yo.
crazy. Nothing too crazy, but
You just
yeah,
talking.
just
You
some
just talking. You stand on business. You was confident. You shot your shot.
yeah for sure. Because I feel like when you're in a girl's DM, you got to realize like you're him. That's how you got to go about it. You're him. You're you're the number one best looking guy in the world. You have the most money in the world. That's how you gotta look at it. And you'll never be scared. You'll never be
Facts.
scared to get into anything.
Facts. Humans are drawn to confidence. Not only, the opposite sex or whatever, or, whoever you're trying to attract, everybody is drawn to confidence. Like you can tell when people walk in a room, people walk, down an aisle, whatever, you can, oh, okay, they walking like they somebody. And that's key dub advice. So yeah, clip that up, y'all. Just Chrome is out here cooking. I appreciate that. No, Chrome said he shot the half quarter and it went in. I've been there.
Oh yeah.
I've been there. I'll talk more about that on Friday, maybe. I ain't trying to get, That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. So moving on, moving on. TwitchCon Diego, you hype? What we getting into? You ready for that?
So excited. So excited. So excited. Not only to meet people I've been working with online, but just to meet everybody from Y2K. I know a lot of people from Y2K UVR. I know a lot of people are gonna be there.
Yes, sir.
And I'm very excited to meet everybody.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, I hope it's gonna be a good time, man. It's been a minute since I was able to like tap in with Zal and with Jaden and all of the homies, UVR, all the homies. But yeah, TwitchCon Diego is gonna be a movie, but just because like I'm gonna help manifest it to be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to meet all y'all. Burb's gonna be out there. Dub Burb. Who in the chat? Let us know who's gonna be. Who's gonna be out at TwitchCon in San Diego. Yeah, we gonna turn up in all the best ways. Nothing too crazy, maybe, but yeah, it's gonna be a really good time. So I'm excited. I'm excited to tap in with you, Chrome. Meet you out there. It's gonna be a movie for sure. All right, so give me your thoughts, cause the reason that we connected, shout out to the UVR gang. We already did our UVR slash Y2K battle. I won't say too much on that, the community battle, but give me your thoughts on some of the people in the community that kind of cross over. I'm talking like Jaden, I'm talking Neo Kips, especially just, this week of gains, just this month, this year, right? Um, Tell me about, Jaden and Kips, and are they an inspiration to you like they are to me? Tell me about some of the other, people in the network that are on that level, um, that are going to help us grow. And that, in the end, you're going to overcome all of them because you're the best. Talk about it.
Not definitely culture. Definitely culture.
Okay.
Culture is definitely my heart right now. I want to build culture so big where we can't even walk outside. You know what I mean? I want to build culture so big. But definitely culture. Shout out Shiga. Shiga is a big guy.
Yeah.
I remember being very down on myself, joining the call, and everybody in culture joins. Like that's just the brotherhood in it. You know what I mean? It was never about the views. It was
Yeah.
never about anything. It was about this is my brother. I don't care if we're on stream or not. We talk for hours off stream.
Yeah.
Hours off stream.
Yeah.
And I don't care if we're on stream. I don't care if we're off stream. I can treat you the exact same way. Neo Kips was down on himself very, very bad one night. He joined culture. We all were in there with him. That's just the brotherhood of it. And I feel like the best thing about culture, it wasn't forced. It all just the ball was just rolling and it just all came to be. So I feel like that's the best part, honestly, about it.
That's what's up. Nah, I align with that heavily. Um, shout out to just the network effect. Um, and not only that, but Twitch is really cool on the community tools and community building. Um, you know, I was late to Jade. What I was talking about, yeah, I popped in at 9:30. I was talking about, Jaden, his success. I'm so proud of that. But then, he put me on to last night, rewatching his stream. Neo Kip's success just literally yesterday as well too. And I'm
Yep.
like, yo, that's crazy. So I went to go look for his clip from yesterday, and I saw guess who was the clip that I was able to like peep was going on. It was you. It was your clip from last night that's going crazy. That was talking about his success last night and all that good stuff. And I was like, that's just the network effect in practice. And it has to be said that we're now using these tech tools to kind of connect digitally. Is a big piece of what I was talking to my dad on Friday. It's just like it only helps us grow together, and that's how tech's supposed to be used. All of it is to connect and grow humans together and the community.
Exactly. Exactly. And I feel like the biggest thing with culture, honestly, is like you see a lot of these content groups not work
Mm,
because one person gets this big head, they make it, and they're like, why do I want to do something with these little guys? You know what I mean? But I feel like that's going to be the exact opposite with culture.
yeah,
We've already seen it. We've already kind of seen it. Neo Kips going absolutely insane on Lacey stream, averaging 20,000. And that night he comes and talks to us in culture like
bang,
he didn't even do it. But guess what? We all celebrated him. There was no bad energy, even though there was bad energy around, because
yeah,
like we still had people wanting to see culture fail. There's bad energy around, but we kept that bad energy out, and it was Kips's night that night, and he went to sleep successful,
yeah.
and that's massive.
All y'all be going to sleep successful. We all, yeah, yeah, and that must be stated. All right, Chrome, they're requesting my G. Can you? Is there a way that you can see the chat? They want you to see the chat, my guy.
Yeah, I can pull it up on my computer.
That's what
Hold
I'm
on.
talking about. All right, for sure. We got Adam in the building. Mez is in the building. Yeah, Cloyus in the building for sure. He said he over by he's in Diego, so he said he gonna pop out with us. So for sure. Um, Wagner came over from you too, so it's good to see you. Heck yeah, all the boys in the chat. Um,
All righty, I got it
Appreciate
up.
y'all. All right, he can see chat, y'all. So yeah, get at him. All right, let's keep it going. Let's see what else I got. Okay. All right, we ready to get, existential, a little deep in things like that, Crumb? You ready? All
Sure,
right, for
hit me.
sure. All right. We're talking about you being proud, we're talking about ego and things like that. But what would your 10-year-old say? Wow. What would your 10-year-old self say that he's proud of today?
Proud of what he did. My 10-year-old self, man, he watched these streamers, he watched these YouTubers. Shout out Dan TDM. He watched that dude, and just to see like him doing it, he'd probably shed a tear honestly right now, and like just be like, wow, we're doing it, we're doing it, because he it was like it was never. I remember growing up and telling like everyone asked me what I wanted to be when I grow up, as they asked little kids, and I said YouTuber, and every single person laughed. Every single person said, you need to get a real one." You know what I mean? And like that's probably why I didn't start at such an early age.
Mm.
But yeah, he'd be like, "Dang, it's true. I didn't have to get a new one." You know what I mean?
Dad, talk
That's
about it.
that's the best thing.
That's dope. That's cool, man. That's dope to hear. Yeah. That's I can't even I'll be honest, I can't even really fathom like thinking about content creation, thinking about, essentially entrepreneurism, right? Entrepreneurialism, whatever. Like as a high schooler, like that was not me, right? I was talking to my dad and I was telling him I'm the last generation to where we was outside, we didn't know like a digital connection. We didn't have 24-hour, connection in our phones and things like that. We would be outside till the lights came on, right? Um, for me, it's like how do you, because I know it's so hard. I have kids, man, and shout out to them. They're outside of elementary school, so now I'm in like secondary and moving on, which is really cool because that's when they start to grow. 13 plus, when they start to grow, start to mature, things like that. So how did you balance all of that? Like how did you balance all of that? Like the social life, dating, school, things like that. Are you still in school now? Um, Tell us a little bit more about that because I've seen a lot of streamers, and they're like they're grinding, they're doing their daily thing, they're staying consistent and all that good stuff. But sometimes they're like, oh, I didn't go to that prom, or I didn't go to that dance, or I didn't go to that social event. And on one hand, I'm like, dub consistency for sure. But also, you guys got to make sure that we're balancing like childhood and, pre adulthood, early adulthood, and all that good stuff. Because there are some milestones that you're going to look back on and be like, dang, I wish I went to prom. Like, it's inevitable. Everybody does it. So tell us a little bit about your balance with the streaming, especially when it was hard in the beginning. Social life, dating, and school and stuff.
It's funny you said prom. I skipped my thing prom to stream, but
Yeah,
yeah, but I mean that's a great question.
yeah.
When I consistently started in 2025, I consistently started, and I was just like, for the first 30 days, I was like, forget the outside world. What I want is what I want. The outside world is not going to help me get what I want. But once you really look at the grand scheme of things, you got 24 hours in a day. You know what I mean? If you put 12 hours towards content, you still got 12 hours to go do something outside. You know what I mean? So you really don't have to just be in the house 24/7. It like I still hang out with my buddies. I still hang out with my people when they're in town. But like a lot of people think like if you're consistent on this, you got to shut out the outside world and like be Dracula and never look outside. But that's just simply not the truth. You can balance it. It's very easy to balance. But,
That's
you
what's
know.
up. I love it. I love it. No, dove answer, dove answer. Um, One of the things, I'm super tapped in culture, um, r- broader culture, like school. School is a huge topic for me. Just being a dad, and my day, JB. I help out a collective that I met through emerging technology. It's called Knowledge, and what we do is we actually help kids in school get back focused with school. And like there's a lot of chronic absenteeism, kids not coming to school is like a huge problem for school. But I understand the reasons why. Like there's so many things to compete. Schools aren't innovating. It's not fun. Different things like that. So one of the things that we do is kind of incentivize kids, with prizes. Teachers are coming to school, administrators come to school, they get paid, they get incentivized. Why shouldn't the kids, right? So we give out gift cards and different things, PS5s, Switches, Jordans, all this stuff, right? For like kids having their streaks, and we're growing like globally, to be honest, but in the U.S., the major markets, L.A., New York, in Texas, we're going pretty crazy. One of the things whenever I'm talking to the younger peeps, or ask them like, what were some of the things in school that you really liked, that you wish like, oh, if this happened every day, I might have, it would have been dope for me. And on the other hand, what were some of the things that you'd want to improve? And I can say off top that one of them was probably like the bullying and things like that. That sucks for any kid to go through. But talk about more about like school. What could be an improvement that somebody working at a company could help now?
Well, me personally, I've always loved school. I've always
Okay,
loved learning.
dope.
Um, but like Shika calls me a nerd all the time.
Hey.
Right now, even balancing my normal life and streaming, I still have straight A's, nothing lower than 96s in college. So I've always loved school, always been a nerd, and I feel like that's the best thing about it. Like that's why I always went to school because I loved it. But honestly, yes, like the bullying, the hard times. Honestly, that's why I'm not where I am now for sure. Like, or that's not where I want to be right now. If I would have started in high school and really started consistently grinding on Twitch in high school, there's no telling where I would be. But I let the school bullies, the people who hated that I'm doing something that they couldn't do, hate on me. And it's funny.
Yeah.
I always tell this story just because I know it like uplifts a lot of people.
Yeah.
I got bullied by this one dude. I don't want to say his name, but like I got bullied by this one dude every day because I used to do TikTok skits and like they would go crazy, like 100,000 views, like almost every video. And he hated them. He hated seeing me be successful in
Mm.
content creation. And now that we're out of high school, he came by one of my streams. His little brother actually came by one of my streams and said, like his little brother told me that he always talks about me. He wishes he could get put on streaming. So I mean, it's just hilarious. Like haters are gonna come around eventually. You know what I mean? So you just gotta realize like they're they're clowns. At the end of the day, they're clowns. They talk behind your back for a reason because they're behind you.
That part, that part. Now, piggybacking off of that, like how do you deal with that though? How do you take that hater energy? Because obviously it has nothing to do with you. You know that. You're at the age now where he just was lashing out for some other reason. How do you deal with the haters that do turn around and then they do have family members that are trying to do what you do? Like, do you at that point welcome him in, or is it like, nah, you banned for life, my guy? How do you deal with the
Uh,
the energy?
honestly, the ego in me, man, it's awful. But he was watching. I showed him how much I made off of everything. I showed him my highs, like I showed him everything, and said, "You made fun of me. Why would I ever let you have this?" You know what I mean? And
Mm,
he got big that. So
I mean, yeah,
I will never let back into my circle. Like once you hate once, you're gone. Like literally.
yeah, and that's a smart way to handle it. It's all about trust at the end of the day. If we building something that's gonna be bigger than all of us, it's like we can't have that. So I agree. That's what's up. All right, cool. Let's see. Let's get into Let's get into our little lightning round, okay? So at Onaji U, we do a little lightning round. Like a this or that type of energy, just whatever comes to the top real quick. Nothing too crazy. Um, Cats or dogs?
Dogs,
Okay, that's what's up. West Coast or East Coast?
East Coast,
Oh, okay, well, all right. No, I'm just kidding. Red, yellow, or blue?
blue.
Okay, for sure, for sure. Favorite sports team?
Uh, ooh, Auburn Tigers.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. I dig it. Go Tigers. Favorite mixed hair care product?
Um, Canoe.
Okay. Dove advice. All right. I dig it. Um, Switching over to tech a little bit. Your favorite social media platform?
Twitch.
Yeah. Gosh, they swaying me too. It's crazy. Twitch is going in. Um, if you're tapped in, if you're tuned in, if not, no big deal. Blockchain, crypto, or AI?
Um, oh, that's a good one. Uh, either crypto or AI. AI.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Um, and then this is the Onaji U staple. This is the Onaji U staple. We have heated debates. It's going back to 2022. No lie, I'm not kidding. Like my deans were divided. It's hilarious. Now, and if you don't know, you don't know. No big deal. But you probably know. Chrome, how do you eat your grits? Are you a sweet guy, sweet grits guy, or a savory grits guy? Are we sugar or butter in the grits?
Neither.
Talk about it. Tell me more.
Salt and cheese. That's it.
Oh, you eat salt and cheese?
Yeah.
So savory, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Gang.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never really cooked grits on my own.
Okay.
Like like made grits like from butter and like all that. Just quick grits, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's what's up. No, I agree. One of the things I'm team savory on the grits for sure. Because if why you putting sugar in the grits, you could just get some cream of wheat or some oatmeal or something like that. That don't make no sense. So Chrome, you answered. You came out the lightning round unscathed. Dove questions, dove answers. You the man. You the man. You the man. All right. Chat. We getting down to it. We running through these questions. Um, let's see. We got another question from the audience. Yeah, Dub Grits in the chat. Shout out to you, Cookies. Uh, said Goated said Chrome so chop. Nah, Chrome to go. Chrome to go.
Uh
Um,
Stretch, one of my biggest haters. Biggest haters. I love that dude. Shout out Stretch.
that's funny. That's funny. Nah, shout out Stretch. Yes, and Noah said Chrome's so handsome. See, it's a big spectrum in the chat, just back to back. Um, all right. Questions from the audience, from chat audience. Um, Rex said earlier, he said, have you ever pooped in class? Pooped in your pants in
I
class?
like in school,
Yeah.
like bathroom.
No, in your pants.
Oh no,
Pooped
I didn't.
yourself. Oh, I think I lost you. Hold on, give me.
Oh, wait, did you hear me?
No, no. Okay, it wasn't me. No, we didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. No, I said no. I said no. I
He
said
said
no.
no. I said no. Okay. All right, for sure. Dumb question, Rack, I guess. I don't know. Just kidding. Um, Chrome, what do you want your legacy to be?
Um, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just want to be able to be big enough where I can put on my friends, like everybody. I want to put on people who supported me from day one. I want to make sure they're good. But legacy, I'd say I want to be the greatest, and I'm always gonna say that because who am I to say I want to be all right? You know what I mean?
Mm.
I've never been able to say that. I meet so many people that say I don't want to be the best, but I want to be there. I can't do that. I want to be the best. I want to be the greatest.
I mean, why not? That's why we're here. That's what we're supposed to do as humans to live to our our greatest capacity. Self-actualization, all that good stuff. Top of the what Maslow hierarchy of needs. You know what I'm saying? Like full potential, be the best, and whatever that means. That's what we're doing. Um, let's see what we got in the chat. Any other dope questions in the chat? Let me know, chat. Appreciate y'all for coming through for show. Y'all are killing it. Yeah, Z said my question. His question was the legacy joint. So absolutely. Um, yeah, y'all. Let's see. All right, so we're coming towards the end. Um, unless Chrome, do you now it's a real interview. Do you have any questions for me as like, a 40-year-old dad, unc, founder, whatever? Did you have any questions for me as far as I don't know, whatever?
What's your as you look back on life, what's your biggest regret, if you want to say that?
Yes, the regret question. Um, I talk about this a lot actually. Not as a regret, but people ask me this quite a bit. I'm a big balance. Everything happens for a reason. The universe, all that good stuff. Um, I think I don't really have a regret, which is cool. I feel like that's a place of privilege for me to be like I don't really regret anything. I think for me, the only thing that I maybe could regret is that I didn't go through different things balanced enough, right? There might be times in my life where, I was paying too much attention to one thing and was neglecting some other things in the past that are other things that were like, vying for my attention, whether that be your kids or your job or your work. Oh man, I said it. Your JB, your work or your, whatever, your kids, your fun, your activities, your interests, your hobbies, your art, whatever. It's like you just want to make sure that all of you guys, all chat, everybody goes through life as balanced as possible, right? And you're better off for it. So for me, I don't regret a thing. Um, would I do things differently? Like if I was like younger, maybe, but probably not. Because now we're here at this point, and I'm like, everything has gotten me here to this, this screen, talking to you, having this conversation, building network, building whatever on Twitch, and building that community. So I feel like what we've done at Onaji, what I've done at Onaji, and the network there, and then what I've been able to help do with schools at Knowledge, and what I've been able to help do with like the UVR and the Zao Z Talent organization and all the other communities I'm involved with, I wouldn't change a thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, great question, question, Chrome for sure. Yanni in the building. It's good to see you, fam. Good to see you. Good to see you. He cooked. Chrome cooked. We've been at it for an hour. He's been going ham. So let's see what else I got. Any questions in the chat? How do we? I don't even know what that means, J Dog. All right. So
Yeah,
okay, y'all.
the chat. Talk in the chat.
Yeah, he in there. He in
Uh
there. The whole fam in the building. Yo, Chrome, this has been an amazing undivided attention, bro. Like this episode too, I couldn't have asked it to go smoother, you know. I did have some, some cleanup things. I was telling the chat, like, somebody go live because we finna throw a little rave in a minute. Dub interviews in the chat. Yeah, Dub's in the chat. Cookies, good to see you. Everybody, good to see you. Um, I have one activity we're gonna do, but for us, episode 3 of Undivided Attention is gonna be a good one. Shout out to my queen, came through throwing some gifted packs. You know how she do. But yes, T, my wife, she's gonna be sitting down with me for episode 3 on Friday morning, 9 a.m. PST. Tune in for that. It's gonna be good. And then our regular scheduled Onaji Saturday at 10 a.m. on Saturdays where we talk tech. And then Wednesday nights at around 3 p.m. Well, I think we're going to do early this week, so I'll let you know. But let's talk about Web3 with Better Call Saul and Easy and Crypto and stuff. So, um, Chrome, on episode 1, I talked to my dad. I had an epic conversation with him, 3 hour conversation just about life, about tech, two nerds talking. um, have you or would you like interview fam and do different things like that? So how do you feel about like, talks with, some of your staple OG individuals like, pops, uncles, moms, aunts, different things like that? Would you consider doing things like that?
Well, it's all just kind of a safety thing. I know my dad and I know my mom. If like for instance my address got leaked or something
Right.
like that, like stuff happens. I know my dad, he's a hothead. He'll go run out and fight anybody in GTA.
For sure.
And you
He pulling
know what I
up.
mean? So if I couldn't. I just know my family a little too much. So
I hear you. I hear you. He talking. That's what I'm talking about. That's Chrome flexing up here. He's talking about, no, I don't know if I could do that anymore. I love it. I appreciate that. That makes sense. No, 1,000%. I don't. Couple of the kids, couple of the babies. For me, I can't bring them on yet and all that good stuff. For safety reasons. So I get it. All right. So our last activity, Chrome, might get you out of your element. Might not too bad, but what I want you to do is I want you to, verbally write a letter, short letter to your 40-year-old self. And, whatever you want to disclose, whatever you want to say, it's mostly like a goal setting manifestation joint. So write a nice little letter to your 40-year-old self. Talk to yourself. I want you to start it off and say, Dear Chrome, and go in.
I'd probably just say, Dear Chrome, we did it. I already know we did it. Um, I'm not gonna ask you if we did it. I know we did it. Thank you for continuing to strive. Um, your 18-year-old self is just as happy as the 10-year-old self. I know you're probably still so handsome. You still get all of the girls, you know. Just like a whole bunch of that, like a whole bunch of that. I already know by the time I'm 40, I'm gonna be living life.
I love it. We got to seal the letter off. What you gonna say? You gonna say sincerely? You gonna say love? You gonna say best wishes? What you gonna say? Then you gotta say Chrome.
Oh, all right,
So I'm talking
sincerely
about.
Chrome.
That's what I'm talking about. Dubs in the chat, bro. Yo, Chrome, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for pulling up, coming through. Like, yo, stretch that dear 40-year-old Chrome. I'm still chopped. I love it. That's the epic
Oh,
way.
okay.
I appreciate y'all so much. Chrome, you the GOAT. Anything that you need, don't hesitate to ask, all that good stuff. You got an adjacent community in the UVR. We gonna go hard for you, bro. So just proud of everything that you've built, proud of everything that you've been doing. Thank you again for sitting down with me, man, because yeah, that's love. Um, who y'all want to raid, y'all? Oh, go ahead. Any last words, Chrome? Shout
Just
outs,
want to
shout
say,
outs, shout outs. The people in your community, the people we should look out for. That was another question. Like
sure.
streamers we should check out. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Shout out Moncleasy. Shout out just a bunch of people in the Y2K, Nanum, J Dog. Shout out J Dog. Shout out Culture, man. We're gonna be on top very soon. Shout out Noah. Shout out Shout out Cloweezy. Um, shout out Cloyus. Shout out everybody. We're up next. Y2K is gonna be on top very soon. And shout out Culture. Shout out to let me shout out Culture individually because we got to give them our flowers. Shout out Burberry. Shout out Savior Todd. Shout out Jaden Violet. Shout out Neo Kips. Jaden Padine. Shout out Shiga. Shout out everybody. We are.
Shout out Wagner because he said "F you, Chrome."
What happened?
I'm just kidding. I
Oh,
said shout out Wagner.
wow, Wagner. Wagner was my man. Wow. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just I'm just kidding. That's too funny. No, dubs, bro. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to the whole Y2K. Shout out to Culture. Shout out to all y'all, man. You guys are I'm impressed, you know. I'm impressed. And it's hard to impress me. You know what I'm saying? And y'all doing it. Keep grinding, keep growing. Let's get into it. Dub
Yes,
interview,
sir.
man. You killed that.
Thank you.
Man, yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. Who should we throw a little raid to? I don't know. Who should I be following? Who's live? Who should we throw a little raid? Because I'll be honest, y'all. I love the tech part of Twitch and like the stream together, the all that good stuff, the joint chats, the joint whatever, the raids. I don't think you guys understand how much of like a cheat code that is by just using the tools in these social medias. So yeah, I'll be rating everybody off. You know what I'm saying? So
Honestly, live. I have
oh,
no clue who's live right now.
Um, chat, who live? Like I'm live. Come on, anybody? What we got? You know what I'm saying? Somebody said shout out Tech. He said no shout out Stretch. Bad. Okay, he gonna be on your helmet.
Shout out Stretch.
Um,
Shout out Stretch. Shout out Stretch. Shout out
yep.
Stretch. I got
Ome five. Yep.
my hands.
Y'all in the
W.
in the W stream, bro. W stream. All right. He said they said raid Kai. I mean, is Kai even live, bro? I don't even think I follow Kai like that. Drex is live. Boom. I like it. All right, family. Let's see. All right. Chrome, you did your big one, man. I appreciate you. Um, man, like I can't wait to see what the rest of the rest of the year holds for all of us, you know? It's gonna
Sure.
be crazy. So, yeah. How you
Hey,
feel about that? Did you have a good time, bro? Like, what's up?
heck yeah. Heck yeah. Saw some familiar faces in the chat. Very happy to see that for sure.
Heck yeah. Heck yes. Bro, I'll be struggling with the tech, y'all. It's too funny. Which is funny because everybody be laughing at me because I'm like, you know, like heavy emerging tech like blockchain AI and stuff, but I'll be like fumbling through, you know,
Yeah.
the earlier stuff, but it's all good. All right. Cool. Let's get it. Let's start the raid. All right, y'all. Dubs, let's flood it up. Y2K badges, all that good stuff. You know, Najee emotes. Hey, and if I'm a graphic design, I got a graphic design background. I'll be throwing graphics and love to all y'all. So, yeah, let me know. All right, Undivided Attention, episode 2. Chrome, you killed it. We out of here. It's all love, bro.
I, pre-
We raiding in 2 seconds. You the man.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
All right, buddy. Let's go.
Alrighty.
All right.